Guys, welcome. It's the Full-Time Devils podcast in slightly different location today just because someone's using the studio. My name's Gaz, this is Andy, this is Angela, and we're really excited to
Try that again.
Angelina, I'm just winding her up. Another week of obviously mental Manchester United news. Loads going on. We've had some alright results, I suppose. Dodgy one against Bruges, maybe, a dodgy performance. Should we start with that Bruges game, actually, the away one? What did we make of it?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those, isn't it? I was expecting a lot more, especially after the Chelsea game. We're going to have to see what happens this week, I guess. But I don't know. It's just, again, like, you don't really want to get your hopes up too much because, like, it just wasn't the performance that we needed.
No, I know. And one positive in it, Andy, is that we did play a weaker team. So, and the results around it were all quite positive. Obviously, the Chelsea one and the Watford one as well. You could say that it was just a case of we didn't play a strong enough team in it.
Look, he played a strong team against Chelsea and he rotated against Bruges. We got an away goal and we should be favourites and we should do the job in the return leg at Old Trafford. So I don't know what all the huff and puff was about it. I've seen performances like that in the years with Ferguson. You know what I mean? In the Champions League, like Fergie were playing one up front, we got a draw. I remember, we lost to Olympiacos? All right, in David Moyes' era, but return leg was quite comfortable through with Van Persie. Got an away goal. And we did better than some other European teams, you know what I mean? English teams, not mentioning names, but in the last week or so.
We dressed better as well than a lot of them.
We dressed better as well, double denim. Old Trafford, 70,000, good atmosphere. Just see, I think we'll be all right going through.
Well, that's it. It'll look good on Ollie, won't it, if we actually do come through the second leg. But if something does go wrong, then people will be saying, why didn't we start a stronger team?
Yeah, true. I guess that's just the worrying thing is that because of the lack of consistency this season, you can't help it. You don't want to kind of get your hopes up and think, you know what, we will. I mean, I would love it, and I'm pretty sure that we will, but there's always that underlying feeling of anxiety that maybe it's not.
It's just playing Bruno not come on till the 81st minute. That I was scratching my head with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, we had 3 chances in the last 9 minutes, but I think he's made for the Europa League this season.
Yeah.
He's an impact player. He's a player we can all inspire to learn off. So I just don't get why he played. Didn't play.
I really like Bruno Fernandes at the moment, though. At first, I was a bit worried that he was going to be like that Pogba replacement, and that's what he's in for. And now I'm not even worried about it. Now I'm thinking, Pogba goes in the summer. I'm
not even worried if Pogba stays at goals because I know.
Well, you've got to be, haven't you? Because he's so good.
He's so good.
Yeah.
On paper, yes, but at the moment, no.
It's because he's injured.
I know he's injured, but at the
he
moment...
can't play when he's injured, can he?
Oh, I don't... Look,
Is he injured?
What's on the pitch?
Is he as injured as he says he is?
Yes, exactly.
Come on, he's
everything's
injured.
going on...
World Cup winner. He's not going to pretend he's injured.
I won't put anything past him, just
Mate.
saying.
Why?
Because he just, like, you know what, I think I had a
Gaz,
rant about
I
this
said
on
this
the other
previously.
podcast. He stresses me out.
Angelina, go on.
He just stresses me out, and I've talked about it before, but I just feel like I cannot forgive and forget the disrespects that he's put on this club. And yeah, he does have his moments of greatness, but he's also had moments where he's not 100% delivered. I think the things that he said, you know, we mentioned the whole Viola stuff on the last podcast, and it's just like, I just don't think he has respect for the club. I don't think he has time for the club. And if he didn't want to play for us, then he didn't want to play for us. Let him go. And like you say, we've got Fernandes. Maybe get another signing in the summer to support him.
2 more, maybe.
I think we just need to let it go. It's been dragged out. It's been like an awful breakup that's just been dragged out for way too long. I think we just need to cut the cord and for everyone to just move on with their lives and just like,
I know, I don't dispute he's a talent, but it's a media circus now, because I mentioned this on the previous podcast with you. It's a media circus. I am sick to the back teeth of it. People probably get sick of me, but I am sick to the back teeth of this media circus going on at my club, and I just want to part ways. We sell him, we get players who want to play, who want to fight. And I will say, United have messed him about as well. That's fair enough.
Yeah, right.
They've both messed each other about. Yeah. Promises wasn't made. And he's, like I say, he's messed us about. We've messed him about. So send him on his way. Thank you. If you do something this season and help us achieve what we want to achieve, Thank you, but goodbye, good riddance, move on.
Well, I'm personally in the camp that if Pogba wants to play for Man United, then we need to do everything we can to keep him at Man United. But if he doesn't, then look, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just let him go.
That's fair enough,
Best thing
that's
for
fair
everyone,
enough.
innit?
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be disrespectful. Just ask him.
No.
Do you want to stay? Do you want to go?
Yeah, he
Whatever
splits
your
the fan
answer is,
base. Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
Yeah.
Right, just want to make it clear I don't have coronavirus, but I do have a very bad cough, so I'm not going to infect you both. But I'll try and cough your way.
Stop touching me.
Right, let's talk about finances. That's always exciting, isn't it? United have gone down. I think it's about 11% our revenues dropped, which obviously isn't good. A lot of that's to do with TV money because we're not in the Champions League, of course.
Oh, what a shame.
I know, that's what I mean. Like, as fans, are we arsed?
No.
Couldn't care less. Could not care less about the money going down, but the debt has gone up, Andy.
Yeah, it's gone up by £73 million, and Woodward, I'll say, chatting his mumbo-jumbo bullshit yesterday. I just don't want to hear it. He's got an answer for everything. He's a smart ass, but one day there will be a situation where you haven't got a door to get out of, mate. I'm telling you.
That's it, it's United losing money. I don't see... I mean, I know that obviously Woodward is the Glazers' best mate, and he did sort of broker that deal for the Glazers, and so that's probably going to protect him a lot. But I don't understand how he can survive potentially a fourth manager, and the fact that the finances are going down. I don't understand how he's still got a job.
Because then does that, obviously, everyone has the personal opinions, but if they're looking at, he's still doing his job, he's not technically still doing his job properly, is he? So.
Oh, yeah, United advertising bathrooms now. I've seen it. Mata, Lingard, Victory Mode or something like that. Oh, for God's sake. They're advertising bathrooms. Oh. I've seen it.
I've not seen this.
I've seen it on MUTV. I've seen it at my dad's, and they're just advertising bathrooms. And I don't want to know about advertising these players. Do it on the pitch. I don't care if you want to shower somewhere else. I don't want to see it in front of my football club. It's bollocks.
It is a bit embarrassing, isn't it, when you have these
doing tyres, noodles, beer. Well, beer's fair enough. I mean, what's going to be next?
But this is the difference.
Lego. We've got Lego,
haven't we?
Yeah.
But this is the difference between United and sometimes I think other clubs. Like, say, I feel like maybe I'm wrong with this, but maybe with another club I'd say noodle sponsorship. The furthest they'd go is maybe there'd be a picture of the player on one of the noodle packets. Whereas I feel like we have to have 5 of our first team players go and try a load of noodles. And
Thing is,
to the camera.
every other club maybe has 3 sponsors. We're advertising tractors. We're advertising.
They have a lot of sponsors nowadays.
Yeah,
it's getting a bit stressful.
It's getting beyond the joke for sponsorship. I know that all that money. Cover your debts, Mr. Woodward, and all that. But I won't be surprised we're advertising bleeding big pens and blooming rubbers next season. You know what I mean? Man United players play it safe with the hair on Jordex. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Jesse Lingard, I play safe. You're not fucking played at all for a year, lad. Piss off.
I think you need to get on the marketing team. There's some great ideas.
I mean, really are good ideas.
JLS did it about 12 years ago.
Yeah,
Play it safe.
That's all any
Man United on Jordex.
That's all,
my fucking idea.
That's all any marketing team does, mate. Steal ideas from 10 years ago. Don't worry about it. Woodward's tried to obviously spin this into a big positive. He said he's going to back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Is it?
And he said that he likes the way that things are going. The style of football's improved and all that. So what do we make of that, Woodward backing Solskjaer? Do you believe it?
No, I don't believe him because he's a backstabber. He's a two-faced backstabber. He'll do anything to save his own career and his own personal agenda. Yeah. That's it. Like I say, he may what you can't trust him. Don't trust. Look what he did to Louis van Gaal 2 hours after winning the FA Cup.
But he did say that we're going to continue the transfer strategy that we have had in January and the summer under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
I'd love for this strategy to be explained though, because it was just
I think he has tried to explain. I'm sorry, I'm backing up Woodward here. Sorry, but he has tried to explain it. He has said it's more of a measured approach, if you like. So in the past, maybe where we're throwing money at players like Di Maria and Falcao, who aren't quite the right fit. It's more of a measured approach, and we're waiting, and we're not desperate for players. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Harry Maguire, it's like we weren't desperate for him necessarily. So yeah, I don't know. I sort of get it, and young hungry players as well. I think that's the thing.
Yeah. I just think the whole backing Solskjaer, I just think stuff like that. If you want to talk about transfer strategy, fair enough, but I don't think that's the best route to go down because also, we don't know what's going to happen with the rest of the season. You know, if things get worse, which obviously God forbid, and then he's like, oh no, I'm going to back him. It's like, that's going to irritate people. And it's like, I don't know. I just think backing managers, and especially with, like you say, the stuff that he's done before, I just think he needs to leave that out.
Imagine if he finishes 4th or even 3rd, wins one of the cups.
Saves his...
Wins one of the cups and he still sacks him. I'm just saying he does what's best for him and the club. The backlash, there will be a backlash. And I don't want any new manager. He'll come in the summer, rip it all up and start again. We're back to square one.
No. On that point then, is Maurizio Pochettino not the perfect guy to come in and not rip it up and start from square one, but actually take the good bits of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reign and continue it?
It's a question we can answer.
It's not like Jose coming in, is it? It's not like we're getting a Jose now. We'd be like, right, fucking Dan James on loan to bloody Leeds. You know, it's like...
But he's like Solskjaer. He can go so far. He can get you to a Champions League final. He get you top 4. Nearly challenging for the league. Nearly won it with Leicester 2016, but just can't get over the line.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there. I guess... I don't... People were hyping over him for so long, like, we need him. I don't think he's necessarily the answer because, like you say, you want somebody who's got on the CV a bit more than what he's got.
You get him in the summer, then halfway through the season.
And also think of the team that he had compared to the team that we've got. Do you know what I mean? Like, he should have really
he fizzed out during the season. He fizzed out. He lost his mojo. You know what I mean? His spark. I mean... I don't dispute he's a good manager, and he's proved it.
But is he going to be competing with, you know, the other managers in the, you know, top part of the Premier League, and potentially, you know, if we get there, you know, managers that are with top teams in the Champions League, is he going to be able to compete with them?
He can develop players. I don't look what he's done with Dele Alli and all that, and some of the other Tottenham he brought in. Harry Kane, it's come on a treat, but. It's like...
Well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you could say the same. Marcus Rashford, he's continued his progression, couldn't you? And changed him into a... Well,
and that's why maybe they have some similarities, so why swap one in for the other?
Yeah.
Both have the faults, though, like I say.
Exactly,
I think
that's a good point, to be fair.
Solskjaer has played Dan James too much, and the poor lad is suffering for it now. Now, he was supposed to be a bit part player. Now, this has changed now. Next season, he's got to get more of be a part of the squad, not play. And then this season, like I say, we might get away with it. But next season, learn from your mistakes. Yeah. And maybe bring somebody in your new into your backroom staff, because there are flaws in his management skills. I'm not going to dispute that. And picking, know when to make a substitution, know when to pick the right formation. He needs a style of play. I'm not disputing that.
I kind of just think with Ollie, a lot of the problems in the games are personnel problems. I kind of don't see... Maybe the substitutions at times have been a little bit baffling. Like you say, Bruno coming on so late in the last one, especially seeing the difference that he made. But no more than some of the decisions Sir Alex Ferguson used to make at times.
I mean, take Sunday. The first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, we were all over the place. We could have been 1-2-0 down. I mean, Maguire and Matic... went for the ball and he got it, went right through.
I'm trying to find a stat.
Lindelof recovered.
I'm trying to find a stat here, but there's a stat that United's defence is one of the best in Europe's top 5
Yeah, I've
leagues
seen that. Yeah.
At the minute.
Only PSG have got more clean sheets with 22. United have got 17. And Liverpool's behind on 17.
There we go. Andy Tate whipping out the stats, so I don't.
Yeah, so United are good defensively, but from any football game, any level, you got to be on the ball straight from kick-off. Not doze into it and get going, you know what I mean?
But there is one topic on today's podcast which I'm sure we're all really excited to talk about, but we're not going to do it yet, but I have a feeling you know what it's going to be. So we will talk about that one shortly. But before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about a man who gets a bit of criticism. From me, from United fans, from football fans in general, Luke Shaw. He has looked brilliant as part of a 3 at the back recently.
Yeah, he is a massive stress to my life, I feel, because like we signed him and there was like so much hope and so many people invested these dreams into him, like we thought it was going to be amazing, and then obviously he did have that horrific injury, and I think it was kind of, I can't remember how many seasons ago it was, but it was getting up to a point where it was kind of like sink or swim for him. And he bounced
sink,
back.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 2017.
And
he got the injury 15-16 season.
Yeah, and you know what? He actually did seem to, start doggy paddling, and he was doing all right. And then he won. What was that thing that he won? Was it Jose's?
He won Player of the Year last season.
Yeah, that was it.
He was our Player of the Year last season, Luke Shaw.
And it was.
He was bullied by Mourinho.
And the hope kind of came back, and you thought, you know what? He's recovered from this leg break. Is he maybe as quick as he was back then when we first signed him? Maybe not, but he's adapting and blah, blah, blah. And then it just all went to shit again, and he's just so up and down, up and down. I think he's one of those players that I'm always going to want to see him do well. I think he does enjoy playing for United, and that's what you want from a player. I don't know him personally. He might hate it, but he doesn't come up. He's not, doing a Pogba and slagging us off left, right, and centre. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, you're right.
So I'm not mad at him. He's does no harm in that way. And if he wants to put on the shirt, and if he's actually, I think he's worked hard. He's trying his best.
He'll be a dad now as well, so more responsibility.
There you
so
go.
Knuckle down, work hard, mate, and he'll be fine.
There you go. He needs them checks then, doesn't he?
Exactly.
So, but no, I think
he's struggling for cash at the minute, Luke Shaw.
100%. So yeah, I just think if he's willing to put the shirt on, he's willing to adapt a little bit, which I think he has done. Then I'm not mad at him. Let him crack on.
As part of a three at the back, though, especially, it's almost like he's found himself again, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's in a good position.
And I think that's nice to see.
Because he doesn't have the fitness, does he, really, to play wing back
No.
or even left back sometimes in the modern era. He's not
rotate. Players can rotate. I mean, I was on the game on Sunday, and a United fan next to me on my row said, Lindelof, one of the worst players in the United shit in the last couple of years. I went, are you on one? After what we've had with Chris Smalling and Luke Shaw, what do you call it? Phil Jones, and Chris Smalling.
I must say, I do love how everyone has suddenly decided that Chris Smalling is like the greatest defender that's ever lived. It really baffles me. It's like, of course he's going to look good in the Italian league. Yeah. It's like, why do you think Ashley Young's looking good in the Italian league? Do you know what I mean?
Good luck to him. Right?
Yeah,
he wants to stay there.
I just find it, if he wants to stay there, you know what? If I was Chris Smalling, I would want to, you know what? Yes. Roma, lovely city, great weather. Being appreciated.
Exactly.
Let him crack on.
It's like he's got out of a toxic relationship, isn't it? And he's just living his best
like
life
his hair's
right now. Yeah, exactly. He's got a new
looking
haircut.
fresh. Do you know what I mean? He's bounced back. The glow up is serious.
There's potential to me either in or Roma in the Europa League after if we get through against Bruges.
The thing is with Chris Smalling, right, is he was a good defender, like in terms of a defender. He was just terrible on the ball.
Yeah.
So whenever he got the ball, it was mind-boggling. His arms are out. He's like, where do I go with it? Where do I go with it? His touch was off. It didn't work in the Premier League.
He put in a good shift for the amount of years that he was there, and respect to him for that. Many thanks and all that. But I just don't understand how people are like, we should have never let him go. He's amazing. Look at all these stats in Italy. It's like, calm down.
Calm down.
Yes.
And it's also, can I just say the same about Lukaku?
Yes.
Right, so, I'm not going to sit here and say that I watch all the Italian league constantly. No. But what I do is, I've mentioned this on channel before, but Serie A put the highlights on YouTube. So quite often when I'm just at home, just bored, just have a fucking playlist and just watch all the highlights. Right, Lukaku might score a few goals, but they are like classic Lukaku goals where he just has to score them. But his touch is still well off. He can still not trap a ball at all. He can still get the ball taken off him by defenders who know it's going to bounce off him. He's still not that good, and I'm still glad we got rid of him.
Yeah, I think the whole issue with it, and I think Jay touched on it on the last podcast, was it's not that we got rid of him, it's that we didn't necessarily replace him, i.e. the number of goals.
Exactly. That's why we struggled first half of the season. And we won, if we'd have got that striker in August, might have been a little bit higher in the league.
We should have brought that striker, even if it was a Garlo, just someone to bring in.
Yeah.
As long as it didn't infringe on Mason Greenwood's.
Fate throws you the hand, and the Gallo's here now, and I don't understand why he didn't come. He come on after he come on with a few minutes to go. It's a bit disrespectful to the lad. He should have come on with when that third one went in. Just put him on. You know what I mean? I want him to succeed. I mean, he could be a bargain in the summer.
I mean, I want him to. I kind of do feel like he's just there to make up the numbers a little bit, and I'd rather Mason Greenwood be getting the games.
Yeah, no, that's fine, but
he's better than him.
I know what you mean about subbing him, because I guess if the game you can pretty much say is on lock, you've kind of done everything, the goals have got in, then get him on a bit sooner and let him, just be a bit creative and have a go. Do you know what I mean?
Last 2 games he could have scored. He had a chance in last minute against Chelsea. He can create chances. He can get on the end of things. So just give him a chance.
Right, I've been dying to talk about this all day, all week even. We need to talk about Manchester City and the fact that they've been fiddling the books, cheating, and they've been kicked out of Europe because of it, subject to an appeal, which they might win if it's anything to go by what City have done in the past. But what was your instant reaction to it? Where were you? What were you doing? How did you find out?
I remember the day so well. I was sat at home flicking through channels and it came up on my phone, went to Sky Sports News. Me, my mother and grandmother cried tears of joy. And then we ordered a takeaway that night to celebrate.
Go on, Andy. Were you buzzing or were you not bothered about City?
I got a message on my phone, my mate.
We're all bitter football fans.
And I just went,
100%.
yeah. Well, I turned it on, put it on Netflix, and wasn't even asked.
Oh, stop being top red, Andy.
Look, I don't care what they are, who they are, what they spend. To me, they're still Little City. End of story.
Fair enough, and that's clearly...
Do what you want, and if you break the rules, you got to be punished. Fair enough. But if you bring the entire football society down, if you're going to court, good luck, mate. Telling you.
Well, they did break the financial fair play rules through the sponsorships and things like that. And when I found out the news, I was actually on air at the time. So it was like 6:30, so halfway through my show. Now, if you don't know, I do a radio show with a City fan. So this was great news for me to find out. Literally, all the producers outside stood up at like 28 minutes past 6 and just ran around the office. And I'm like, shit.
What is going on?
What is going on? One of them comes in, the journalist, reads it all out to us. And it was just fucking so sweet.
Amazing.
So sweet. But then obviously all the City fans get in touch then. And they say that, how is it fair? This was the analogy someone gave. How is it fair if a millionaire takes over my local corner shop, then puts loads of money into that corner shop becomes really successful? How is it fair that we then punish the owner of that shop? Then my argument to that is, but that's not what's happening. If your millionaire comes in, buys the corner shop, then he happens to have a cousin who is the head of Adidas or something like that, or the head of bloody, I don't know, Apple, and then they sponsor that shop purely because it's sort of a relation and there's vested interest in each other, then that's unfair, because then the other corner shops on the local street are being priced out by an unfair advantage.
I mean, Gary Neville said something the other week, like he stated the case. I can't remember what he said, but it's all these rules. They're there to be made. Even Simon Jordan made a cracking one as well. It's a minefield. It really is a minefield. Look, if you're a City fan, the success you've had over the last few years, let's say, like United in the early 90s, be proud of it, buzz on it, but if you've broke the rules, you've got to be punished. But have they broke the rules? I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, you got
Fiddle the books, cheats.
Look, I'm going to say this now. The football world is corrupt. FIFA's corrupt. The Scousers are corrupt. Man United, the Man United board level is corrupt. How can you be 700 million in debt and say that is normal? That is corrupt. Every level of football in Europe is corrupt. And I'll say that, and like I say, I don't care. No, seriously, it's corrupt.
I think it's more just like everyone's reaction, as in like City fans that I've spoken to, like, well, rightly so. We should be, this should be sorted out. We shouldn't be punished, blah, blah, blah. And it's more that attitude of like, people are coming for us because we're so great. It's like, nah, you've done something wrong. You're going to be investigated. Let's see what happens. It's more people's reaction, like, oh, haters are going to hate. It's like, well, no, you've kind of broke a rule.
If this was United, tell you what, they throw the book at us.
City fans aren't exactly the bastion of morality, though, are they? They've been ignoring the fact that their owners have been fucking up the world on the other side of the world for ages, haven't they? And refuse to even acknowledge that it's a thing. I feel like if that was United, we'd at the very least acknowledge that's what our owners are doing and say it's out of order. I saw a City fan recently saying, how are we getting punished when United are in all this debt?
That's
I'm saying,
the thing.
I hope we do get punished. I hope they kick the Glazers out. I hope UEFA say, no, you're not allowed to own
That's
Man
the thing,
United. I'll take 2 years out of Europe if it gets them fuckers out.
It's more, I think, fans' response that they're just projecting it onto other things. It's like, just shut up, take it, you're going to appeal it. If you're confident you're going to win the appeal, then fair enough, just shut up and crack on with your lives.
Just
Like, don't
mad.
project it
I don't agree.
As usual, City fans projecting it and making it about United or another team. It's
I don't agree
shut
with
up.
stripping teams of titles. I mean, you know what I mean?
Put an asterisk next to it, though.
Yeah, would you want the
very
2018
least.
title? Would you want the 2018 title with 81 points? Mourinho said that was his greatest ever achievement. Mourinho gets another title. The Aguero moment means nothing to City fans. That would be funny.
I would enjoy that.
That would be
I'll
funny,
honest.
but no, you can't strip at the players. The players have done nothing wrong. In
No,
this.
you're right.
So
You're right.
if you strip somebody of their medals, it's not right. So you can't say. But if the club's done something wrong upstairs, any level of club, look at the Italian football scandal all them years ago.
Yeah.
Juve was stripped to the match fixing. Juve was stripped to titles, but they didn't. I think did they award titles to the other team? I think
they did give the titles away, didn't
Yeah,
they? for
Inter
that
and
Juve one?
Fiorentina
like they
got
did.
one.
Yeah.
Then Inter following season won the treble.
Yeah. I just think they need to just... one thing I will say is if they are out of the Champions League for 2 years, I just think it will be very interesting to see what happens.
Do you imagine if we finish 5th and we take their place and
See,
it goes to court?
The thing...
Can you imagine that?
Please, Andy, don't tease me like that, mate. Don't do it.
But it's then at the same time, the idea of us being in the Champions League does fill me with anxiety because then I'm just like...
'Cause we're shit.
we're not really ready for it, are we? But I just feel like it... I don't know, but
Well, if we
I
get
do think
Champions
it would
League-
just be very, very interesting.
If we take Champions League, we leap so far ahead. We can get everything. We can get more players in the summer, and it could bring that process a bit.
It would just
forward.
be interesting
That
to
2-3
see.
year process you accelerate it by a year.
I just think it would be interesting to see the impact that it would potentially have on club players, fans, you know, Europe, like the actual competition of the Champions League. I just think it'd be interesting to see what would happen.
If you're going to investigate somebody, investigate Real Madrid. The amount they throw money, how do they finance it?
That Barcelona transfer ban and they're still buying players as well. That's another one.
That's another one,
That's
yeah.
another one. So I understand when City fans are saying with the Barcelona Real Madrid stuff because that is a bit like, what's going on there? But what do we actually think is going to happen with City now in the next couple of years? Like, let's just take it as a given that they are out of Europe for 2 years, even though I do think it might get reduced or might not even happen at all. Because Man City, right? When Man United are out, I saw City fans recently saying, when Man United had a season out of the Champions League, they still brought in Pogba and Zlatan. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not Man United.
That's the thing.
People don't want to go to City because of the name Man City and because of the shirt Man City. They want to go there because it's guaranteed success because of how
money.
rich you are.
The thing is,
and
though,
it's money.
if they're out of Europe, their full concentration next season is to go for the league again, innit?
But
That's a drive there for
think-
yourself. That's the drive. We've lost our title. We've surrendered. We've absolutely threw it away. We were pittance this season. And fair play to Liverpool. And next season, or the next 2 years, if they're out of Europe, that's their target. But I think, I agree with Gaz. I think it'll be a year. It'll get reduced to a year.
What are you going to say, Angelina?
I just think even still with the year, I think it'll just be interesting because as much as they'll go for, you know, an English treble again or they'll go for the title again, the Champions League is like the one thing that they've not kind of mastered. And I think to have the possibility of doing that taken away from them, because I always said the fact that they didn't get to that Champions League final last season baffles me. They should have done that. And if I was a City fan...
I think VAR had something to do with that. So that was...
I, as a City fan, would have been sat looking at Guardiola thinking, like, how have we not got to that? And I think that is the one thing that they have to acquire to maybe be taken a little bit more seriously in Europe. And I think maybe the psychological effect it will have of that one thing that you want, that trophy cabinet is missing. It's not even like you've got a chance to get it. It's been taken away completely. You've not even got a shot at it.
They win it this year. How embarrassing is that for UEFA?
I can't see them winning
They're not
it this
going to
year.
win it this year. I don't think they'll win it this
No,
year.
I think a Spanish team's going to win it.
Jamie Carragher mentioned this the other week. It makes everything a sham, absolute sham.
Yeah.
The competition, the team, everything a sham. If they beat Liverpool or Barcelona in the final, it's like I say, it's a sham of a competition.
Yeah.
Barcelona's going to win the Champions League this year.
I think
Martin
they will.
Braithwaite's going to score the winner.
100%. Oh my God! Put a bet on that. Imagine.
You see the video of him? It's That's it, isn't it? Braithwaite. That's his name, isn't it? Who signed for Barca? That random English lad.
Yeah.
See the video of him doing
Did it go through actually? I thought it didn't.
No, it went through. There's a video of him
there's
doing.
a guy wanted to go to Milan and it didn't go through, wasn't it?
Yeah, from Wigan. That was from Wigan.
That was it.
No, but this one, you see, because they do that unveiling at the start, the Barcelona players. This one I never get, and you always see it happen. Like, he was trying to do this, like, rainbow flick, and he couldn't do it. But, like, why does he try and do it 3 times? Like, surely he knows what he's capable of doing and what he's not.
Just wave to the people.
Just wave, just stand there.
You do get some English players who will thrive. Look at, was it him who's left Spurs and gone to Atletico? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it Trippier?
Hang on, Jay's shouting something to me. What do you want, Jay?
He's Danish, Martin Braithwaite.
Is he? Oh, he's come from English football, though, hasn't he? Come from Middlesbrough. He looks English.
Oh, but you can get one player can fulfil a dream and play in the European League. Was it Trippier from Spurs? He's at Atletico Madrid and he's playing in one of the top leagues in the.
He's finished. He's not finished. Right. Let's talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's birthday. It's his birthday today. How old is he? Does anyone know?
Have you made him a cake?
No.
47.
Let's talk about
47?
our Finnish manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's birthday.
Is he 47?
Look,
Seriously?
67.
I was going to say, no way is that man 47.
Yeah, right.
He needs to go to the spa. He needs a bit of Botox, maybe a chemical peel. Someone needs to help him
A
out.
nuclear blast.
Yeah. Maybe someone needs to help him out. Something, because 47, that's, I feel
I
bad for the
grew
kid.
up knowing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as the baby-faced assassin.
Not anymore.
That's what I knew him as.
OAP assassin.
OAP granddad. You know what I mean?
He looks like Gollum nowadays, doesn't he? He actually looks like he's
David
honestly...
Moyes. Remember
But
David
that's
Moyes?
the curse of being a United manager.
Remember
I think.
David Moyes, dead energetic and that, dead
See,
youthful.
Fergie, I think they were putting
Aged
him
it,
in
yeah.
like an oxygen tank at night or something to make sure that, because he stayed looking kind of a consistent kind of like granddad look, but it was consistent for many years.
His nose got gradually redder, didn't it?
Yeah,
That's the only
so
thing.
I think they were definitely keeping him in an oxygen tank at night. Mourinho, that was sad because I remember my mum, bless her, she always had a crush on Mourinho back in the day, and now he's...
My grandma's exactly the same. She fancied him at the start, and by the end she was
By the end, yeah, Jackie was like, what is going on here? No, on to the next one. She was not interested.
Who does Jackie fancy now? Which manager?
She's not
Don't say
too
Pep.
fussed at the minute. No.
She's not too fussed, she'll take any of them.
Yeah. Whatever. She'll have any of them. Jackie's not bothered. No, seriously. If she said Pep Guardiola, she'd be kicked out the house. So.
If Klopp was in charge of United, would it age him?
Oh, 100%.
He wouldn't have had his teeth done if he were at United.
Age anybody
fallen
at
out.
United, that's it.
Yeah.
Age. I remember David Moyes at the beginning and at the end, he was
he was a bad one.
Jesus.
It was weird because I thought that if you were ginger, you're not supposed to go grey, and Moyes did. And I was just like, what's going on? He looked like Gollum by the end of it as well. But it's so weird with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's like he's missed 20 years of his life. It's like, or even 30 years. It's like he's gone from being 17 to 47 overnight. It's bizarre, but it's the United job, innit? The stress of it. It must actually be really stressful.
Look what it did to Ryan Giggs in just a couple of
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
Giggs.
I think he had other stresses going on.
Did it?
I know.
Allegedly.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, it's not alleged. Don't worry, we can say it.
Giggsy got 4 games and he looked at the end of it, he was like, thank God for that.
I bet, one person that it would seriously age and he would look pretty bad. I reckon Paul Scholes, if he had had the job, that he would look pretty bad.
I reckon Paul Scholes is primed to get well fat at some point. I'm not saying this is an insult, Scholesy, because I know you watch. But you just seem like that sort of ex-player who would just be like, you know what? I've been fit as fuck all my life. I'm just going to sit back now and get stuck into the
Do you
grub.
think Ronaldo will ever get fat?
I'm mad. Ronaldo couldn't get fat if he tried, I don't think.
No.
I think if he stopped all of his fitness
Just ate
regime.
McDonald's every single day.
I don't think
still.
Yeah, KFC, all that, eat loads of pizza and pasta. You'd still be healthy.
He'd just get like an injection to take all the fat cells out of him.
Yeah,
or something
100%.
Like that, Ronaldo.
He sleeps in an oxygen chamber, I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
Upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's mad, innit? Imagine living your life like Ronaldo.
I know.
Driving the cars like Ronaldo, yeah. I'll have one of his cars.
Since I do this every week now, let's steal a feature that we've done on radio for the podcast. We did a thing this week on the show, just thought I'd ask you two guys. We combined 2 players from history. If you could combine 2 players from history, which ones would they be? Now, we had Jay on the show from Full Time Devils, and he said that he'd combine Giggs and Beckham, because obviously you've got the speed, pace of Giggs with that amazing left foot, combined with the crossing ability, vision, and just downright style of David Beckham and that wand of a right foot. So I thought that was a good one. We've had some suggestions for Ronaldo and Ronaldo, which I like.
Yes.
CR7 and R9.
And would it be fat or thin?
Oh, it'd have to be thin Ronaldo, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, what would he be?
What would the outcome be?
Maybe he'd just be average.
Because you've got, like, you know, the athletic frame that is Cristiano Ronaldo versus old Ronaldo.
Yeah.
What would that be? What would the outcome be of that?
I don't know. I've not even thought of it. Who would your 2 players be, then?
See, thinking not necessarily of football, just of that, you know, if you combined Ronaldo and Messi, like, what height would it be? Because Ronaldo is very tall.
It would have to even itself out, wouldn't it? But
as like a 5'10" maybe.
With an incredible jumping ability to make up for it. I
yes.
think. Yeah, definitely.
I think that would be interesting just because the arguments that go on of who is better, to just combine them both and see what happens. That'd be quite cool.
I'd do it. I think if you combine them 2, it's just Gabriel Obertan, isn't it? So, what about you, Andy?
I'll go for something funny and silly. Combine Phil Jones and Chris Smalling. You may get a decent defender. No, you might get a super defender.
Imagine.
You know what I mean? Both committed, but you might get, something out.
True.
I'd combine Phil Jones and Carlos Tevez and make the world's ugliest footballer.
That's a bit much, that,
Aww.
Gaz.
Oh, boo fucking who? Have you seen his missus? I'm sure he's all right.
What, Phil Jones?
Yeah.
She looks like Jessie Lingard.
Shots fired.
She looks like Jessie Lingard. Jessie, call me. Right, Tony Cruz. Let's get into it, shall we? Tony Cruz this week has said that he nearly joined Man United. Moyes nearly made it happen. The godlike genius that is David Moyes. And then Louis van Gaal came and ripped up the contract. What do we make to that? How could things have been different?
I guess it's hard to say, but I don't know. I just think it would have been the way that United were back then. I feel like it just would have ended up being another disaster.
I do. I really do. What do you think, Andy?
I don't know.
Like another Di Maria. Have you heard this thing about Di Maria, about how he apparently has to turn the TV off if anything about United comes up because he hates us so much? It's like, calm down.
Di Maria is
He's
a
just
rat.
a snake.
In fact, I'm saving him for Wally of the Week, I've decided.
He's a bitter
Amazing.
He is
amazing
so
with that,
salty.
with a bottle of beer at Old Trafford last season like that.
Was it Ashley Young that launched him into that? Yeah, that was good.
That with a bottle of beer at United fans, and at the end when we scored that penalty, his face was a picture.
I hope he thinks
He
of that
is
game.
so
I hope he wakes up in
Probably
cold
that's why
sweat.
he
You know
hates
what?
us.
I
Thinking about
hope
that game.
that
Oh,
he,
definitely.
I hope that we kind of torture him as much as we may torture John Terry to that level.
Yeah.
Because he's way too bitter for my liking.
Absolutely. I mean, he's bad. Maybe not quite John Terry bad.
No, but still, it's like if you're going to be that bitter over literally nothing.
Yeah. Oh, no, he needs to grow up.
Yeah.
What do we think of Tony Kroos, though? How could he have made a difference in that Louis van Gaal Man United team? I'm going to be honest. I agree with Angelina.
I think it would have been a nightmare.
I think he would have come in and just
know,
not turned up, and everyone expected him to turn
I
up,
don't know
but he
if
doesn't.
he could have replaced Fellaini at the time. With Schneidlin coming in as well. Who knows?
He's shit, though, isn't he, now? Like, look how bad he is
I
now,
know, but
Schneiderlin.
Where is he now?
He's at Everton,
Everton.
and they hate him.
But thing is, they had the potential.
We're playing Everton Sunday, he's going to score now, I've said that.
You shouldn't have bloody said it, you
Well
must-
done.
I'm sorry.
You proud of yourself?
I really am.
No,
Go
but
on.
Schneidlin and Cruz during that season wouldn't have been half bad.
Oh, I don't know.
I just don't think we would have been that lucky. I
Really?
just don't think we would have been that lucky. I think he just would have ended up being a disaster.
You
because
don't
we're
know
just
that.
not
That's-
lucky.
I
You don't know.
Schweinsteiger was a disaster, yeah, but
Yeah.
you would get that one player who was good.
Yeah, maybe.
That one.
I wouldn't have said no to it at the time.
Oh no, I want to say no. That was supposed to get Fabregas at the time as well, and it didn't go
Yeah.
through. Supposed to get Ronaldo, you know what I mean? Moyes was getting this deal over the line. Then come Sunday night, oh, you're gone, mate. You're gone. And it was all over on the Sunday night. He's getting fired, and come Monday morning, oh God, it was a nice Monday morning. That I remember it was like Christmas.
I do remember Cesc Fabregas. I think that one really should have happened.
Yeah.
It really should have happened, and I do think it would have made a bit of a difference for Moyes, but I don't know. Like, he was one of them managers where he was never right. Like, tactically, it was way off.
You can blame him.
It was just.
But you can blame hierarchy at the time as well.
Yeah, of course you can. No, of course you can. But I feel like everyone, like, there's comments sometimes that I read on YouTube and Twitter and stuff, and people cannot get it in their head why someone wouldn't mind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still as the Man United manager. And I can only think that the reason is, like, if you can't even grasp the concept of someone thinking that, you didn't watch David Moyes' football.
Yeah.
You didn't watch Louis van Gaal's football.
You were not there in those times.
You didn't watch Jose Mourinho's football at times
So
even. I know he finished second, which always looks good, like, looking back on it. But at the time, it was dire.
For the first 3 months, we were all right with Mourinho. Then it was that Liverpool game, wasn't it? So defensive, and that's what turned everybody. We were 4-0 FC.
Yeah.
4-0, 3-0,
Yeah,
4-0,
but
3-0.
now you say this, but I remember correctly at the time being buzzing about 4-0 FC, and then I remember having people saying to me, yeah, but we're not playing that well, are we? And they were right, we weren't playing that well. We weren't deserving to win 3 or 4 every week. But we seemed to for a little bit. But still, and people have a go at me for this, but I still think that when it's been good under Ollie, it's been better than anyone since Fergie. The period when he first took over, that period was the best.
Yeah,
since
and
Fergie.
I think like the PSG game.
And then
that
also though, I think in games where we play well and actually get, like, when we get the big wins, the performances are there more than they were under Mourinho.
If we get that finish we had when he first come in to the end of the season, he's got another year. Without a doubt.
Yeah,
and
of course he has.
I don't care what people are craving for Pochettino. You know what I mean? He will get another year. He deserves another year. If we have a finish like we did when he first come in.
I think if we can finish this season strong, then he 100% deserves it. I've always said you've got to give him the rest of this season and see what happens.
I've had arguments with people on Instagram last night. You know what I mean? Respect, trust him. No, look at Arteta. Arteta at Arsenal's got a style of play now.
What? They're crap.
I know. But they're crap, and they're
with a better team than us.
And they're crap, and they still got a chance at Champions League, innit? They're only 7 points after.
We've got a better chance.
7 points, guys.
We've got a better chance. We're much higher than them in the table. Where are them fuckers now? 10th.
37 points, 7 points off Chelsea. So believe me, mate.
Chelsea, and also Chelsea are crap as well.
Hang on, how many points have they got?
That's how crap this Premier League has been this season.
You've got 37 points and you can still challenge for Champions League. Like, this
Even
league
Burnley
is
can
just
do it.
awful. This season
Anyone
has just
from
been awful.
going up to
Turn it
5th
down, start
to
again.
4th, go on a run, you will get Champions League football.
So I think the criteria for Ollie now at this point in the season, and this isn't what I'm saying I necessarily think I want to happen, but this is what I think will happen. I think if he gets top 6, he keeps his job. And I think that's it. I don't think he needs to win the FA Cup. Don't think he
And
needs
just
to win
stop
the Europa
making
League.
stupid substitutions at 90.
Stop blaming
5 minutes.
Stop blaming the ball when you're losing games and making stupid comments comparing Bruno Fernandes to Scholes after he's played.
So
3
the
games.
minimum requirement is European football next season.
But but now people will be like, oh, Man United shouldn't be doing that. United earn so much money with the biggest club in the world, and I understand that. But like, I know it's dead easy for Man United fans, especially like me. I've grown up only seeing Man United win.
Yeah.
It's easy for us to be entitled, man, but this season's just a bit of an anomaly, in my opinion.
You feel like if we can maintain, then that's good enough.
30 years ago. 30 years
I think we've got I think we've got a foundation to build on.
I get what you're saying,
I get this. 30 years ago, we were fighting a relegation battle. We finished on 48 points and won the FA Cup. This was Fergie's do-or-die season. And that was the lowest. I think before that, it was like 86, 87. We finished like mid-table as well. And that's what, out of the last 35 years, they're plus this season, ones. That's our worst season. But that's the old first division. This is Premier League. It's that far. Last season was even worse than this season.
It just does my head in, right, that people can't sort of put things into perspective a little bit with United at the minute. Like, it's rubbish. We should be doing better. I agree in some respects.
But also, I think everyone should be doing better.
Yeah, I agree. But also, you get people saying like, oh, the club's dead, delete the club and all that. And I know probably some people are half joking, and I'm like,
be honest,
you're literally talking about a football club where once upon a time, the whole fucking team was killed in a plane crash. 10 years later, they won the European Cup. Like, you don't be going on with this, oh, it's a different time, it's a different time. No, it's bollocks. We're finishing top 6 in the Premier League for one season. You know what I mean? Bury fans don't have a football club anymore. Just get a fucking grip of yourself and put things into perspective a little bit. Yes, we deserve better than this. But do we? Why do we? We're football fans. We don't deserve success.
Not because we love our club.
Yeah, we do, but everyone loves their club. What do you think? Like, Bury fans didn't love their club. They did, just as much as we love our club. But these lot have only seen United win.
Said this,
so
I've
only seen United win.
I've had arguments with Bury fans. After we lost to Man City, I was mocked for my interview because it really hurt, man. That really hurt. And it's like watching a loved one die. Just roll over and die and just ebb away. And I got mocked for it by Bury fans. I love my club as much as you love your club.
Yeah.
You're out of the Football League. That's on your chairman. I've got nothing against Bury fans, but Bury fans giving me shit. I'll give it them back.
Yeah.
I want what's best for my football club. And that night was embarrassing, hurtful. I'm going to say, people took the piss. I took it on the chin. But, you know what I mean? It was really hurtful. And the comment, like you say, they put this little... I say it again, they put a plaster on the shark bite. How long will that plaster last? If we unravel, but hopefully, like you say, we'll go forward and get some... decent results now, and there's a little good feel good factor coming back the last few games. This is the circus it is Manchester United. Game by game, you're scrutinised, you're praised. It's your club. Deal with it. Every football club has ups and downs. I accept that. I want to win. I hate Liverpool winning the league, but it happens. Deal with it.
Exactly. But I am moving to Zanzibar for May. I think just having a few weeks in Zanzibar.
Why do you think I'm off to Berlin?
Yes. I don't know if there's enough Klopp fans over there.
I think Antarctica's very remote. It's
good this time of year, isn't it? Actually,
yeah.
Right, guys, we need to do our Wally of the week. I think Angelina has already mentioned it. And
Di Maria for me. Too bitter, needs to get a grip of his life, needs to stop coming for United because we didn't send for him.
Was it Di Maria's wife that said Manchester looks like the back of a fridge? Was that what she said?
I don't know.
Because it's true, but right.
No. The back of a fridge.
It's not a bad thing. Like it's just quite an industrial city.
Yeah. What does that mean? What does that mean? The back of a fridge.
She just means any city looks like the back of a fridge that's not sunny. I think that's what she meant.
Well, she needs to just get a grip of her life as well. She's the other Wally of the week. And also, what's she doing looking at the back of fridges to even know what they look like? Who looks at the back of fridges? That's just
a bit suspect.
Her handbag probably fell down the back of it.
Well, she should have staff for that. So that's I
wouldn't mind. They were living up in Phil Neville's old apartment on the Bleetham Tower.
Were they?
Yeah, they were living up there for a couple of months, I remember.
Him and his wife just
They got robbed, which is bad, fair enough.
That's what happens when you say Manchester looks like the back of a fridge. Someone probably heard that and thought, you know what, not having this, you're not slagging my city off, taking matters into my own hands.
Could you imagine that? Like, if we came on a video and just started, like, slagging off, like, some local gang or something? Like could you imagine that if we came on and then were surprised when someone put a brick through our window?
Nah, that just epitomises the Di Maria family. Just disrespectful, salty.
Can you imagine a Liverpool player
saying
something about the city of Liverpool? It'd be out by 12 o'clock the next day.
So yeah, in fact, I've changed it. The Di Maria family are my Wallies of the week because they all need to get a grip and they need to just stop being so salty because we didn't really do anything that bad to him. And yeah, I don't really have time for them.
Are we in agreement?
Yeah, I'll go for my Wally of the week.
The Di Marias as our Wallies of the week.
The Di Marias.
Sounds like a reality show.
Sounds literally what I was
The Di Marias in Paris.
At home with the Di Marias. Oh, I've just been corrected, sorry. Oh, shit.
Personal apology to Mrs. Di Maria.
I've been corrected. It wasn't Di Maria's wife that said it. It was actually David De Gea's wife who said it.
She is the new Wally of the week. We'll leave the Di Maria's.
No, Manchester or Madrid?
I don't know, actually.
I can see the levels
to be fair,
there.
I have lived in Madrid and I have lived in Manchester. I can kind of get where she's coming from, that it's maybe not as pretty. But I think
Yeah,
back
I
on
totally
the
agree.
pitch-
As soon as it's changed, as soon as we found out.
Yeah, we'll allow her. Unravel it.
As soon as we found out it's De Gea's wife, look, it's cool, it's fine.
No,
You can
to
say
be
what you
fair,
want,
though,
mate.
Like, she is like a really successful singer. She probably travels the world to some pretty amazing places.
She's been and seen the world, isn't
So-
it? Absolutely. I don't mind it anymore. I agree with it. Manchester does look up the back of her fridge. I fucking hate Oasis, Stone Roses. What a load of shit. Hate this city.
Where's that cricket bat?
Right. Also, link in the description below, by the way. We're raising money for something that... we're raising... What are we doing, Jay?
Raising money for prevent breast cancer.
Raising money for preventing breast cancer. Obviously, it's an awful disease that everyone's, I feel like, been affected in some way. Everyone knows someone who's had it. So if you want to click that link in the description below, we are raising money for preventative measures for breast cancer. So get involved in that. Right, guys, that has been the Full-Time Devils podcast. You're going Berlin tomorrow?
Saturday.
Nice.
Yes.
How exciting.
So, yes.
Have you got somewhere to watch United?
No, I'll probably just... I don't even know where I'm living at the moment, to be fair.
really?
So wherever I find somewhere to
Ever
live.
Berlin still in Europa League?
I don't know.
Oh, you've got a place to crash if they are.
No, but Jay's already eyeing up the Full-Time Devils Berlin correspondent, so...
It'll be a regular feature.
Yeah.
Perfect. That'll save us a load of money. Right, we'll be back next time on the podcast. Andy, any last words?
Enjoy the ride till the end of the season. That's it.
See you later.